Jesus. It's not much. Do we supposed to be?
Hey Zed, welcome to our podcast. I'm Jason.
And I'm Karen.
This is Walking Dead episode 42.
42 is a fabulous number. It's
The answer to life, the universe, and everything.
and people who read their character people.
Nerds.
We're total nerds.
No, I totally love those books.
David
I'm
called me
sad
nerd.
that what's his name died.
David, yes, I was too. David called me nerd princess.
That is so hot. I'm sorry. Moving on. One thing, thanks again to Steven for coming on. I thought it was great that I've been asking the listeners to try and cheer me up and get me excited about the season, and it ended up being Glenn that did it.
Yeah, he was great.
He was great, and he was right. Right?
He was right.
I thought it was freaking awesome.
It was freaking awesome. It was
The
freaking
best.
awesome. Yeah. In fact, did you read my little comment on Facebook? I said my heartbeat was just now getting back to normal. And I read that like an hour after.
Oh, I thought that was because your heartbeat slowed down so much because you were so bored.
Yes, yeah, that sounds more likely.
So yeah, we'll get into more what we thought this episode. Okay, so we're going back to our episode focus format for all you new listeners. Welcome aboard, by the way. So we have our top 5, which is our top 5 highlights of season 2, episode 1. What lies ahead? We'll have listener notes, which is emails and calls and tweets from you guys. So let's get started.
Attention shoppers, it has top 5 in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay, yeah, I actually thought this was the best episode ever.
Yeah, I
You too?
completely freaking agree. When I predicted about season 2, I said we're going to hit a stride, and I thought that this was like pay off for a lot of things they're building up to in season 1. And this is the first episode, so yeah, I loved it.
Cool. One thing is, I hate to be like a party pooper, but Darabont was probably still heavily involved in this episode.
And the second one too. So yeah, let's just relish that.
Yeah,
Let's
I just, I mean, see, as far as I'm concerned, okay, I watched this episode and I was sort of like, wow, the show hasn't been that great up until now compared to this. I mean, the very first episode of the first season was great, but I was like, oh, this is a new standard. If they go back to the way it was in the last half of last season, I'm gonna be severely bummed because this was like, oh my god, this is what the show can be. For the most part, I mean, I had a couple things, but
most of the time my heart was racing. And it was just
tense,
it was really, really tense.
Jenny was like getting really close and gripping on to me.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It was great that it was an hour and a half. It was really good that they went so long. They went like 20 minutes without breaking for a commercial. So it was 20 minutes of, it was really,
yeah,
really
and then they had
intense.
like a commercial every 3 minutes after
Yes,
that. John says I think that they're all the best ever. is that true? I probably didn't say that. All right. Once the season's over, we're gonna have to go back and see. What do you think, John? I'm curious.
Yeah, right.
So we're gonna get into our top 5s.
Let's do it.
Okay, you go first.
All right, I'm gonna. My number 5 was Andrea talking to Dale at the RV. I thought that was super sad and great. It was a really great scene.
There were 2 times.
This is the one. Sorry, this is the one where she said, "Dale, let me have my gun," and Dale won't give her a gun, and she's like, "Look, it's mine." And then she's explaining to him, unless I'm getting this wrong, she's explaining to him that look, the only reason I came out of the CDC was because I didn't want to have your blood on my hands.
Yeah. I mean, okay, when I first heard that Dale wanted to take her gun away, I thought it was lame because what a jerk. But then on the other hand, he's afraid she's gonna kill herself.
Yeah.
And Andrea had a point. It's my choice. But I do believe that at some point Andrea will actually give him gratitude. When she decides that she wants to live again, she's gonna go, oh, dude, if it was for Dale, I'd be dead right now.
Right.
But I was also sad because it does look to me like they're not headed towards getting together. She hates him. She doesn't want anything to do with him.
Yeah.
So you fell in together.
Yes, I do.
I think she's Shane or Daryl.
Shane is not. I was freaking out over Shane's earlobes all last night.
If she ended up with Glenn, then I'd be happy with that.
I would not. There's a whole special thing happening for Glenn pretty soon. Couldn't be happier.
John says I was a little worried about how the quality was going to be when they showed a few zombies gnawing on what was clearly a plastic dog. Sorry, we're not discriminating. Okay, my number 5 is it's a little broad, but how Rick handled the situation with Sophia, and the aftermath. I'm not saying that I thought he did a great job. I actually think one of the cool things about it was that it wasn't really clear whether or not that was the best decision to make to leave her there. Because he did have a point that he wanted to try and kill the zombies, and if he was afraid if he was killing one, the other one would get her.
Yes.
So that's why he did that. But it seemed to me the best thing would be just that she's old enough to run, so just to run around in a circle and go back to the road with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she was all tripping.
Yeah, she was. But what I really liked is when they came back and they didn't have her, and Carol, that was really good in this episode, was like, you didn't bring her back from the beginning. And she's like, why did you left my baby in the woods? And he kind of slumps down, and I could tell he's thinking, crap, maybe I didn't make the wrong decision. And I was thinking that too, like maybe that's what Rick, his role is in the series. He's protecting everybody. He's making his decisions that could cost lives, and sometimes it's not clear whether it's right or not.
Right, it's what the leader always has to do.
Yeah.
It's the whole But can I just tell you my later? My biggest pet peeve of this whole thing. I mean, this episode you had to suspend disbelief a lot because people were acting kind of like knuckleheads.
Horror movie tropes.
Yeah, and Carol saying, "You left my baby in the woods." Carol, why did you let Sophia wander around the dead bodies in the car to start with? What I would have done is I would have said, Sophia, Carl, you guys in the RV, you don't get to wander around on the dead bodies in the car. It seemed like a really bad decision.
Yes, there's got to be a certain level of forgiveness for
Yes,
this kind of thing.
exactly.
Otherwise,
So
if they were super smart, then they wouldn't get into trouble. And it would be boring.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, since you touched on that, one pet peeve I have is why are there dead non-zombies in the cars? Like, so many zombies, and even if they just died and for some reason didn't become zombies, why are they sitting in their cars? Like, why sit there and die? And maybe one or two, but so many of them.
So many of them.
It just seemed like, let's make it more movie or something. But you got to think about the details,
Right, exactly. And I felt like we picked apart the entire episode. I mean, you can know ourselves. And if you're putting something like that out there, you kind of have to be.
I have a feeling that David is influenced on you in that regard.
Yeah,
you have to tell him, no, we'll only pick it apart on the second view.
I think that's probably true. And
But some of that is good.
I'm gonna move my number 3 up to my number 4 because you hit on it. And my number 4 now is Rick leading the zombies away from Sophia. And what I liked about it especially is the way that Rick decides to kill the zombies. And I was thinking, how's he gonna kill the zombie quietly? And he did with that big ass bullet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
It was, I thought,
I mean, I kind of enjoy. I mean, who doesn't enjoy a good zombie kill? And there's some great ones last night. There's some really good ones.
And
The rock to lava is dead made me really happy.
we haven't seen that before. By the way, Dusty says that's the way the comic was. The kids went to RV a lot, so I guess in the comic they made a point to try and keep them out of danger.
It's a sensible thing to do.
But they do get in danger a lot in the comic too. My number 4 is just the church scene. I liked when they first went into the church and the light was very moody and you could see the zombies were sitting accused. Yeah, but then they all kind of slowly turned around and there was that one big zombie who almost had a smile on his face. And he's like, I'm gonna kill you. And then they all like started getting them with their hand weapons. And Daryl made hissy noises at one zombie. Didn't know
Sure
that.
did.
Well, I imagine that's probably something you do hunting maybe,
Yeah, exactly. Here's the zombie.
You're doing okay. I liked also that it was a cool addition to have this church and see how they reacted in a church. Even though I thought it was a little ridiculous that they spent so much time praying they're supposed to be looking for Sophia.
Yeah,
but still. And every time they showed the Jesus statue, we all went, Love Jesus.
Jesus for people.
Yeah, the same one that you watch.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
When Rick asked Jesus for a sign that he was doing the right thing, I thought that meant that they were going to find Sophia.
I did. No, it
meant they were going to shoot Carl, and that was his sign.
That's not a sign. You had no sign.
Well, you might think if you asked somebody for a sign and then your son got killed in the next 5 minutes, that might be something about that. I think that was the point that they were trying to leave you thinking you were going to find Sophia.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. By the way, I have to say, John says the dead bodies in the cars, they died while waiting for that fish song. And died of starvation while waiting. Awesome. Thank you, John. I'm happy.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is I love the special effects of the episode. And in particular, I love the look of the zombies. I was worried because they were talking all summer. Budget, it's not going to look great, and I thought great.
Even better, I thought the zombies were better. They had more. They're called hero zombies, the ones they do have the most, and then the ones that are in the background they don't have as much makeup and stuff. Yeah, that's like Hollywood term. Anyway, they had more hero zombies. They're all like, and then some of them were just awesome. Like the one that attacked Andrea, and the one that looked kind of like somebody noted. I was watching. He looked like Tom Petty with long hair that Daryl shot.
I didn't notice he had long hair. He was like a Tom Petty zombie. That's awesome. Yeah, I thought it was great. Your number 3.
Look, Grace is on.
Hey, Gracie.
Grace.
Hey.
RV zombie. Yeah, he's the best. Okay, my
Yeah,
turn. Okay, my number 3 is I like that they're on the road.
Yeah.
It made me realize that I think one thing that kind of cut some of the tension in the first season is that they had a home base. And we liked the first episode better. In that episode, Rick was not, he didn't have really a home base, right? He was sort of lost in a drift in a sea of zombies.
Yeah.
And now that they're all on the road, it feels a little scarier, like they don't really have anywhere to go. And also, it just makes the world feel bigger to me or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I agree.
Okay.
And it wasn't a complicated set. I mean, they were pretty much stopped there at the traffic jam.
Yeah.
They call it. I mean, it wasn't a complicated thing. And they went to the forest, and a lot of it happened in the forest and the church, and it was great. It was something different. And the possibilities endless. I mean, they were in the car, and Carl said to Rick, "Hey, can we see the Grand Canyon?" I've never, and I thought, wow, possibilities really.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about this whole comic and intelligence series. They can go anywhere.
I feel really sorry for Carl in this episode. You know why?
He gets shot?
No, because when he was a baby, he was vomiting, and his parents thought that was an awesome vacation. And laughed about it. He's like,
It's awesome when your little said vomits.
just vomited when they that was such good times.
It's romantic. It was romantic. Despite
And
that,
they didn't see the
and
Grand
it didn't end up in like Texas somewhere, El Paso.
I guess they're like,
Sounds great.
compared to this, that was great.
And my number 2, Daryl. I thought Daryl was a awesome badass in this episode. I loved it. I loved saving T-Dog in the whole zombie car crash scene where he rolls his head over himself to get the zombie board. I think the zombie board's on March's house, and there he is, and he saved T-Dog, who by the way fell and like opened a main artery. Like, oh wow,
It's like a severe like
really?
laceration.
Yeah, gosh. Be more careful, T-Dog. And then I also like how he shoots a zombie in the forest with a crossbow, a zombie autopsy scene.
Yes.
They were giving us a lot of zombie in the last episode, by the way. That was lovely. And yeah, Daryl's badass. And I thought it was great.
He's really good at playing that without it being campy because it could easily go into camp because he's even Lance. He's like the Sawyer of the show.
Yes,
Glenn
he
is the Hurley, and he's the Sawyer.
And
You
he's
can
the
call Glenn Short Round, a Short Round. And I especially love when Rick was saying, "How do you know she went this way?" And he's like, "Do you want a lesson in tracking or do you want to find your girl?"
Right, exactly.
He plays in kind of an understated way that makes it. I'm not getting more too, and it's making me even more like, okay, let's find out what happens if Merle comes back. How's he going to handle that?
Right.
Because now he's sort of settled down. And he's being friends with everybody.
Not well.
yeah. Okay, my number 2 is the zombie herd. It was awesome. I loved it. I've been wanting to see a big massive zombies
Swarm. Yeah.
I like how they came on the scene just 1 or 2 through Rick's sight, and then all of a sudden they were just swarming. And the whole scene with where we get into the cars,
Yeah.
it was so tense.
Yes.
And the zombies were walking so great, and it looked so great.
They're shambling right by. Yeah. Although I have a question.
What?
I
Don't pop the balloon. That was my favorite. What?
How did Dale not see them with binoculars?
Suspension of disbelief.
Thank you. That is going to be the main
Yeah,
thing.
there's also rumors that one of the reasons Sarah Bond got fired is because the dailies from the show weren't good.
Yeah.
And I thought the show looked great,
Yeah.
but it did seem a little weird how you just saw a couple and all of a sudden they were all swarming in. And I wondered if that, I don't know,
Yeah,
that's worth
that's not working. Sorry, I love it too. And I thought they moved like a big swarm of shambling locusts.
One thing, I wondered kind of, can't they smell them? Didn't they establish that zombies can smell people?
But there's so many dead people around,
That's
so you
true.
can have to join.
That's one thing. Another thing is maybe actually the zombies, if they see you and you don't smell like rotted flesh, then they know you're alive. But if they don't see you, it's not like they can smell humans.
Right.
That's what
They don't have dog smell.
Yeah, it's just absence of putridity.
Yes, couldn't put it better. And my number 1 is the moment when the zombie is in the RV stalking Andrea.
Yeah.
I thought he was fabulous. He was so good, and that was such a tension-filled scene. And I was thinking, no, Andrea, don't concentrate on resembling your gun. You're really gonna just block it.
Yeah.
I was yelling
And
at
like
TV.
Dale kind of giving her the screwdriver, but not no words,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There was a lot of moments in this episode with no dialogue,
Right,
no action.
right.
Yeah, and Lori Holden did a really good job in that scene.
She
Just a
rocked it.
quintessential horror movie queen.
Didn't that zombie look fabulous?
Awesome, yeah.
And
It was
he
all,
was
just well done. Well, my number 1 is sort of like that. It's just that the show was very scary
Yeah.
in parts, as these things go.
Yeah.
And it was because the zombies look great. It was because the tension of these scenes that we've been talking about, especially the one with Andrea. Some of the zombies look really menacing, like the one coming from Andrea, the one coming from T-Dog looked pretty menacing.
Yep.
The one in the church that I mentioned, and the one lurching for Sophia under the car.
Yeah.
That actress said she was actually really scared of that zombie when she was doing that scene.
Oh.
And he actually grabbed her and put a big chunk out of her leg. And then when Daryl was approaching the tent, that was tense. Remember?
Yes, that was a great scene.
And I thought the music was tense, so last time I did a lot of
Hey,
Disney stuff.
Sophia, honey, mommy's here. Come out, I'm here.
What's in there?
Yeah, nothing good. Can I tell you another thing I like about it?
Oh, yeah?
I like, do you watch the ads?
Wait, I like this. Here says, I like Kirkman's answer. The zombies aren't bloodhounds. You were hiding under a car. They would walk by. Totally
Well, exactly. You're not dog scent, dog smell. Did you see the Bing ad?
No, we fast forwarded through it. I didn't want to say, what's that Microsoft ad? So I'll watch it later.
It was
It was
great.
fun
It
though.
was really good. It was one of my favorite things. Yeah, go back and watch it. It's hilarious.
So last time we did our top 5 hopes for season 2, and mine were 5 that Carl gets shot. Got my wish there. That Andrea gets together with Dale and not Shane. Jury's out on that one, but it's scary. I think it was scary. That they would do Wiltshire Estates or something where they discover a place to feel like they can relax and be safe, and it turns out they're surrounded by zombies. So we sort of had that.
Yeah.
The whole traffic jam.
Yeah.
And number 1 is that it's still a quality show, and so far so good.
So far, so good. I completely agree.
I got a bunch of other notes.
Me too.
The whole walkie-talkie thing.
Yeah.
I think the reason for that is just so we can kind of have Rick's diary.
Yes.
And battery's running low, but I don't know. I'm not sure whether I like that or not.
Yeah.
And one thing that really makes the question is, if we didn't have that, would it really impact our enjoyment of the show? We know he's under pressure. We know he wants to protect everybody.
They're bringing new viewers up to speed.
I guess.
Yeah, they're
it's
just
okay, but and I think he even knows he's just doing it to do it, and that he doesn't really expect for sure that Morgan's gonna hear it.
Yeah.
So it's not totally unrealistic, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. Oh, did you notice the zombies are kind of running in the forest?
Yeah, and they did that in Guts season 1 episode 2 when Rick and Glenn were running for that.
Yeah,
So
they
they do,
shamble
I mean, they don't sprint like in Dawn of the Dead remake,
Right.
but they go pretty fast,
They shamble
which is good because they gotta feel like they're in danger. I like it.
Yeah.
I agree. Daryl was great. I thought it was interesting that they heard this emergency broadcast from one of the radios, and the announcer was saying like help is on the way, and Shane just turned it off and said asshole. So
Yeah.
I guess he just knows. Yeah, I've heard that before. It's bullshit. Maybe that message didn't play because they've been
They look interested, didn't they?
the other ones. Yeah, they kind of did. I mean, I figured that
They're kinda
because they didn't, the apocalypse happened a while ago and Mother more because Rick wasn't going for a while.
Right,
But they knew nobody was coming for help.
Right.
I didn't quite get why Carl was approaching that deer. That was a weird scene.
Right. And they're like, oh, look at the deer. Deer's so pretty. I was thinking, oh, this is nice nature. They're totally like turning on nature. No, they're turning on to kill nature.
Is that what it was? He was going to kill the deer? I thought
Yeah,
he was
they
just
had a
gonna-
gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like, hey, Harry, it's the little boy's first kill. And I was thinking, oh, I thought, look at the deer. You're on nature. No, that was not.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah, let me just look at my notes here. And I just thought Carol.
Gracie got the recording with a loop. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I think so too. I think Carol, the actress of the girl, was really good in this, and I like her a lot. And her whole role of how's a single mother going to deal with this. I mean, I guess because I'm a new parent, maybe I'm more interested in
Yeah.
that. But I just really, because she's kind of helpless, she has to protect her daughter, so it's not a good position to be in. And I thought she played really
But I
well.
love the scene with Lori in the forest saying, you guys are
Yes,
blaming Rick.
yeah,
And
that was good.
you try leading.
Right. Yeah, I was going to see her stand up
Yep,
or something like
completely
that. I wish they cut down on the extended monologues. I think they had 1 or 2 too many. And what?
I'm scrolling a second. So we were just talking about Carl, and I thought they were giving Carl a gun to let him have his first little kill. And they said, and John
have a
said,
gun.
I think they wanted to get Mule kicked, which would be funny. And then this guy, who's?
OJ say.
Said he didn't have a gun when he was being shot. He didn't have a gun, right? That's
Yeah,
what I
I
was
didn't see
thinking. Why let a child get close to the 300-pound animal?
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
giving him a gun to say, okay, so they weren't just letting him enjoy the
Yeah, that's
beauty of nature and
What made you think that he was going to try and kill him? You thought you saw a gun or something?
Yeah, for some reason. Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
He has a gun in the comic shortly after.
So yes. So and I'm a little bit weary of actually Shane and Lori. They wanted to keep Shane around because of this potential for tension. But anytime Shane and Lori were fighting,
We're
I was
so
sort of like, yeah, it's
Shane.
a soap opera.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like Shane in other respects in the show, but not that part. It's like boring.
Take Shane and his freakish earlobes and
Oh, okay. When you have that Don Bernthal on the show, I want you to say that. Same thing too.
that wasn't me. That was actually yes.
Sharon. Okay, let's move on. Some of the listeners sent in their top 5 moments.
Yes, let's go.
Okay, this is from Levi. He says number 5, Rick teasing what Jenner said, which is great.
Yeah, it was so great. We almost found out, but we didn't.
Shane teetering back into big guy territory, which I agree.
Yeah.
He was more likable than he was in
Right.
episode 6.
Understandable.
Yeah, and it's good that he's sort of trying to take a step back. That helps. Daryl saving T-Dog and hiding in the corpses, like you mentioned already. It shows Daryl isn't a racist, or at least really cares for his group.
Yep.
Yeah, gutting the zombie, which was gross. And he says my wife tried to watch the show again during my rewatch, and she made it to Guts. She quit after watching after she grew up. Wow, I wonder, is that really true?
Wow.
That is a good show. It can make you grow up.
Yeah, it sure is.
And then Rowan Porkhall getting shot and moving the story back towards the comics. Which, yeah, none of this stuff in the show happened in the comic until that moment. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay, this is from Gracie Lou. Gracie Lou says, overall, that was a great episode, and her top 5, starting with number 5, is Carl getting shot. Even though I knew it was coming, I was still a bit surprised and shocked when it went down. Poor Carl. I did think the drama of the moment was a bit overdone in the natural, as we talked with the man upstairs. I think the only thing that church scene was so people could think that the deer was a sign, and then bam, yeah, it was awesome. 4, the character development. Andrea Dale, Shane, Lori, Andrea, Shane, Carol playing in the church, Olivia Allen. It sparked some really great conversations. Several of my non-comic weird friends are hating Andrea, which surprises me. I'm loving to watch her emotional arc.
Me too.
Yeah, but I can see where, she's
She's kind of bitchy right now.
She is.
But,
She's in pain.
She's in pain.
She's
Yeah.
listening. Free.
I know where it's going, so it's easier to take, I think.
Right.
Very
Right. I don't actually.
Well, some things happen.
I don't know much, so I didn't go a huge
She was
amount.
never suicidal in the comic one.
Andrea taking down the walker in the RV, it was so terrifying and brutal. Couldn't agree with you more. 2, T-Dog not getting in. I thought he was going to be gone already too. And was quite surprised when Daryl came around the corner and killed that walker. Agreed. And number 1, Blaine. Oh wait, that's actually a complaint. Not a Blaine. I know. I completely agree. I know it's coming down. Yeah, we know it's coming down. I just like a face in the crowd.
Yeah. And they can't focus on everybody every episode. And I think because Blaine is going to get a lot of focus later on that they left him out this time.
Yeah.
And then we have a
You
call.
want more Blaine, right?
Yes,
Right,
we want more
right.
Blaine. Here's a call from Michelle.
Hey guys, it's Michelle. I am calling in with my top 5 for the episode. Number 5, I've got Rory's speech. Like, that was epic. I loved it. It was nice to see someone pointing out that Rick, the first one to jump in and help the few was Dale with it. I mean, hello people. There were 2 zombies chasing that girl, and there were like 9 people that were not killing her. So why doesn't one just stand around and watch Rick run after her? I mean, even if the crossbow guy, I can't think of what his name is right now, but if he was just like fired out and just hit one of them, that was just like one perfect fight, and the girl would have got lost in the woods within like 2 seconds to take care of it all. I mean, like, come on guys, let's just help each other.
Just interject. Totally agree with you. Yeah, they were just all standing around.
Number 4, I like the Dale Andrea's fight. I like that line that Andrea said he took away my choice. That was a people seeing people's dialogue. I like that. Although I don't like it. There's a difference between those 2 pieces. Anyway, number 3, Death by Screwdriver. Andrea. Number 2, the machete weapon case thing that Carl found. Like, what the crap is that? I've never seen anything like that before in my life, but I want one. And now my Christmas list to complete my zombie set is what I have. Because those were epic. You want one. Okay, and last number 1, oh my goodness, I'm blown away by getting the zombie in order to gate. I've never seen or even thought that as a way of figuring anything out. And that was just awesome. And a woodchuck, are you kidding me? A woodchuck in 28? Please tell me what the only ones that come out of that happened is how much wood did a woodchuck jump before they get by zombies? 3 months. That's awesome.
You were the only one.
But, I'll be next week.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle.
I agree
It's great.
with just about all those.
I agree. The zombie autopsy was the whole CSI Atlanta. Oh my god.
I thought that was pretty good, but the gross out stuff isn't as interesting anymore for some reason. I don't know. Sometimes it is, but anyway.
You newborn.
No, I'm not grossed out by it. Maybe I'm just not grossed out by it. I don't know. But Jenny, my wife is a doctor, so I was asking her, does that look right? And she said it's too brown in there, but maybe that doesn't.
The zombies, that's it. Ish.
So move on.
Yes,
Okay, let's move on to this round. So we have another call from Michelle and some emails. You want to do the call first or the emails?
Let's do the call first.
Okay, here we go.
Hey guys, Michelle, following my top 5 tonight to figure out make a couple mentions of other things that I would like to hear your opinion on. First off, yes, they shot Carl, they shot the boy. That's awesome. First time, and only time we're going to do that. Super going on comments. Also, dang it, they didn't say anything for the contest for like the Dr. Wizard Rick. I was going to say, hey, I'm going to say it. Oh, yeah, and everybody was like crazy. The contest was shut out to do. Sure. The team where Rick told them to use one vehicle. I'm pretty sure he leaves his hat out on the vehicle and then reaches back out and grabs the thing. So another little thing where Rick leaves hat on, but they grab it because we all have. Let's see. Another thing, the girl goes circle back around. Why did you play straight?
Yes, I agree.
Properly. Also, how come the black guy is alive? Why is he alive? When he got it on, he's like, oh, it was like zombies should have eaten, or he should have died on the left when he got out. I was like, oh, he's a red shirt. He's a red shirt for the opening. He's dying. And I was like, oh, that's why that guy's still around. So he died now. Anyway, everybody's like, oh, you're wrong. I'm like, such a but anyways.
So that's T-Dog, and I've read online too people saying, what, they need to kill him off, and I think it's just because he hasn't done much yet. But I liked him on there.
I have too.
Yeah, and I think I read that they're going to go into his character more this season. So
That's
I'm glad he
good.
didn't.
What with
Actually.
the handcuff key dropping down the well
Yeah.
and the
Some
tripping opening up
there.
from another. Yeah, he needs
He's
to
a little
Yes, he is.
Here we go.
Yes, he is.
Got a little more.
I hope you enjoy my links and comments and talk about them on the show. Speaking of listen to you guys while I work, as I do on my cleaner at work. And my everybody else will sleep. So I'll be first enough to zombie apocalypse. Yeah. Anyways, again, I'm rambling. No hyper, no fires, no crazy. Yeah, take care.
So, thanks, Michelle. Let's move on to some emails.
All right, this one comes from Newt. It says, Karen remarked about the great music as the group breaks camp to head off to the CDC and credited Darren McCreary for it. The composer is John Murphy, and the music is called Adagio. Oh, gosh.
Adiago?
No, Adagio. Adagio, do you mind? Can you please edit it? Thanks. It's from the movie soundtrack for a really good film called Sunshine. The music is perfect for both the film and for the scene in Walking Dead, in my opinion, because it sounds both hopeful and ominous.
Okay, I'll just play a little bit of that. Here we go. Very hopeful.
Where's hopeful?
Is that what you heard?
That's not the ominous part.
Is this what you heard in the show?
No,
It's not?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Maybe it's later on in the song. No. Oh, here we go. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. Sounds great.
And sorry, John Murphy, not Darren McCreary. Thanks.
Okay, this is from Peter. In episode 39, you talk about the Deadliest Warrior episode, Vampires vs. Zombies, and who would win. Max Brooks wrote a pretty cool short story about this subject and appeared in the Daily Beast last January. It's told from the perspective of vampires as they watch the zombie apocalypse. So I looked at the story. He's Max Brooks. He's the one that did World War Z.
Yeah, 100%
so,
Bill Brooks, yes.
Yeah, so I looked at it. It looks pretty good. The first couple sentences are, we called them sub-dead, and to us, they were little more than a joke. They are slow and clumsy and stupid. So stupid. We never considered them a threat. So
Wow.
It's kind of fun. I'll put a link up on WalkingDead.com if you guys want to read that story.
Stupid,
Thanks,
so
Peter.
stupid. It's a stupid onesie, you don't consider it a threat. All right, this one comes from Forrest in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. We get a lot of these comments from Pennsylvania, by the way. Thank you, Pennsylvania. Love you, Pennsylvania. Just saying. He writes, Daryl's character got a ton of great moments last night when he grabbed the guy with the car and threw over himself as disguised without getting double tapping the corpse in the head for safety. That was super badass. I think the award for most mean-spirited zombie kill of the series goes also to Daryl for blowing kissing noises at the lonely zombie widow in the church before hacking her face off. No, she's lonely. She seemed perfectly content to me. At that rate, Daryl's character is climbing the ladder. Awesome, and I can totally see the writers making him split from the group so that they can create a spin-off zombie series just for him. Call it CSI. Good bag. I'll watch it. That's awesome. Thank you, Forrest.
Okay, let's read some tweets.
Right.
This is from Andy Longo. He says, you catch the H-Shotgun comment. Funny, the new Sawyer is born.
Yep, agreed, Andy. This is from basically, I totally chased Steven Yeun down the halls of Comic-Con. That is a reference to the Steven Yeun interview where we asked him if he was chased around by girls at Comic-Con. And he says no, he'd be probably chased around by large guys with burlesque. I love him.
Okay, let's take a break. More to come. We're walking to stay with us. Actually, I lied. There's no more to come because we lost the audio for the rest of the episode. But you got the most important part, listener feedback and our thoughts about the show. The rest of it was the contest, another contest winner for the trade paperback. So all that's that next week, and there was some news and things like that. We'll bring all that to you next week. I really want to get this out to you tonight and not delay it at all. So in the meantime, we had a lot of fun recording live again this week. And if you want to join us for that next week, you can go to walkingdeadcast.com/live, and we have a chat room there, and it's live audio, so it's a lot of fun. And that's at 5 o'clock Pacific time, as long as the show's running. In the meantime, if you'd like to give us a call, you can call us at 650-45-DEAD, at 650-45-3223. You can email us at brains@walkingdeadcast.com. Check out our website in the comments for us at walkingdeadcast.com, or go to Twitter at Jason Karen, or Facebook at facebook.com/deadcast. All right, that's our show. Thanks for listening, you guys, and don't get bit.
Hi, I'm Rick Beck. And I'm Royce Yepkoff. Welcome to our chart-topping podcast from Harvard Business School, Think Big, Buy Small. This series lets you in on a special way to become an entrepreneur, how to buy your own business, be your own boss, and get the financial benefits of your efforts. Entrepreneurship through acquisition involves searching for an existing, enduringly profitable, smaller business and buying it, usually from a retiring founder. Back for a brand new season, our conversations are with guests from all backgrounds and different stages of the entrepreneurship through acquisition journey. From those considering whether this path is right for them, all the way through to those who have sold the businesses they bought as searchers and ran as CEOs. Thousands of smaller firms are sold every year, and many people successfully acquired an existing business that is enduringly profitable. So why not you too? We've been helping students understand this less traveled path of personal and professional independence in our courses at Harvard Business School for nearly 15 years. But you don't have to attend the Harvard Business School to take advantage of these opportunities. The goal of the Think Big, Buy Small podcast is to help you, our listeners, decide if entrepreneurship through acquisition is for you, and if it is, to help you take your first steps on the journey to buying your own business. Follow Think Big, Buy Small wherever you get your podcasts.
It's hard to remember now, but here.